This is verse 3 of the 6th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus is speaking of the practice of religious observances of various kinds, especially those that would ordinarily get some kind of public approval or applause. And of course, these very well-known instructions he gives that practices such as that, almsgiving, that sort of thing, should be done in absolute secret. Otherwise, one might be deprived of the reward that would come from the Heavenly Father by virtue of the fact that the reward is coming by human recognition and so on. We have that continuing idea. So su, this is the genitive of the second person pronoun. So you, it's in a genitive absolute here. So we have the genitive of poiao, to make or to do. This is the present active participle, masculine, singular, genitive. These two coming together form a genitive absolute, which stands in a kind of independent relationship to the rest of the sentence with the postpositive sa. So but you, and then in doing or doing, when you do, the idea, ele mosunein. This is an act of mercy. You know, the word dikaiosunein would be the word for righteousness. This is a mercy in a sense. So, but you doing mercy or doing an act of mercy, and that entire phrase then, the genitive absolute, then the principal sentence, may, it's a command used with the aorist here, and so the third person singular aorist active imperative, do not know. This is from Gnosko. Do not know, and the idea here is don't let it know, but it's the third person imperative, which uses the idea of letting something happen, an imperative in the third person. So in this case, don't let knowing what he aristera. This is the word for left of you, the left of you. The word hand is implied here, as it is commonly translated. So don't let the left hand of you know. Te, interrogative pronoun, what it does. This is poie, again, to make or to do. This is the third person singular present active indicative. Don't let it know what it does, he dexia, the right of you, the right hand of you. So the principle here, metaphorically expressed, is that when we're going to do a good deed of some kind, which might get a great deal of public recognition, we should go out of our way to try to keep it as secretive as possible, believing that God the Father sees this and He will recognize it and reward it. Whereas if I do it for a kind of public display, then I've probably forfeited that benefit that may come by virtue of an unseen Heavenly Father.